best MSP help desk, you need the best MSP help desk culture. At Support Adventure, we have lots of MSPs that we deal with, and we see the ones who have winning cultures on their help desks, and we want to help you become that type of MSP. So let's have a discussion about it. My name is Eric. I'm the founder of Support Adventure, and I'm here with Alex, one of our contract managers today,
How's it, guys?
coming to you from Bangkok, Thailand, in the city center here. So, yeah, how would you describe the importance of MSP help desk culture?
Look, it's a crucial factor. Remember, this is somebody's going to be joining your team. They're going to be working in this environment for long periods of time. And you want to make sure that you can set the environment up for them as much as possible for success, where they feel they can grow, where they are happy at the end of the day. A happier tech is always going to go the extra mile and just overall be a better technician at the end
And
of the day.
give good service to clients.
100%.
The culture that you have internally and the way that the team works together is going to really show your clients what kind of company you are. And getting this is crucial for staff retention, for providing good service to the clients, and basically just make people show up to their job every day knowing that the rest of the team has their backs.
100%. No one wants to work in like a militant environment. Think as you being an MSP owner or something pretty high up, you wouldn't want to work in an environment where you feel that anything you do wrong or anything that you raise might be hit with belittlement or in a condescending tone.
Yeah.
You want a supportive environment where you feel like you can thrive and grow and ultimately just be happy at the end of the day.
Yeah, so there are a lot of toxic MSP help desk cultures out there, and a lot of the time it comes from the wrong sort of stuff coming from the top. Like we only care about bottom line, and people are expendable, and you're putting a bunch of senior techs in there that don't really know the value of mentoring. Junior techs, and they're condescending about escalations and stuff like that. Maybe you've got a tech as a manager. This is one of our worst practices. Somebody can be a really awesome tech as a level 3 or something, and they can be like a really awesome manager, but we find there's a fork in the road, and you need somebody to manage your MSP help desk who is looking at the system as a whole without being clouded by their part of that system. So make sure you have the right sort of ecosystem of a really good service desk manager, a really knowledgeable, friendly, and well-organized dispatch or service coordinator, as we call it, and make sure that the techs know their level. They know how they're supposed to deal with escalations, whether it's a senior tech getting an escalation or a junior tech making an escalation, how they're supposed to deal with that, and have structure in your help desk, but don't make it militant. Don't
Yeah.
make it like they're fighting a war. You need to let it breathe a little bit. You need to let people, feel like they have a friendly environment to work in, and the structure that they need to maintain their focus in giving your clients the best results. So, yeah, foster a collaborative environment through the structure that you've done and the people that you hire and the way that you have them connect with each other. And, have weekly team huddles with cameras to build presence and connection with the staff. Also put like a casual aspect, because you can tell them how maybe at working with us at Support Adventure, we have a kind of casual environment that helps us connect.
Yeah,
Right?
100%. I mean, we have an environment that we have an agenda on the calls,
I tell lots of dad jokes.
lots of dad jokes, but ultimately we get through the call, we cover what needs to be covered, but during the time we have a great banter amongst one another, and we're in an environment where the work is still getting done pretty well, to actually amazingly, but we still having fun while we're doing it.
Yep.
There's no condescending tone, there's no belittlement. It's just a good environment to work in. Also boosts tech self-esteem, because now you need to raise an issue. It's not going to be come down on why did that happen? Why did you do this?
Yeah, support.
It's supportive. It's
You're
very
running
supportive.
a support desk. Support each other.
100%. Yeah, ultimately, it's really good to have that communication up. I mean, a lot of the times these techs are working remotely. They join in maybe a team that's mostly in-house, and they ultimately just become a name on the screen. So it's good to have calls with cameras on, to show that they a lot more than that.
Yeah,
This is
build that
actually a
connection.
person on the other side that's a part of the team. They're part of your MSP family, and they're there to help. They're working with you and for you at the same time. So yeah, it's important
Absolutely.
to have that.
And on the other side, structured documentation,
Mm.
whether it's client setups or, for example, your SOPs like escalation procedure, ticket assignment policy, note taking policy, have that structured so that people can have clear guidance on how they're supposed to share information in the documentation that everybody's looking at when they're focused on issues.
Mm.
This cuts down a lot on the need for people chatting with each other for stuff that could be found out through the documentation. So it's really important that you set this culture. One client once told me, we view ourselves as a documentation company who does tech support, because
Yeah,
it's that important to get like the documentation on how to do tech support and the passwords and configs that you need to deliver that tech support. You can by having good documentation, you can eliminate the need for a lot of bickering
yeah,
among your staff. I would also say that yeah, don't be too reliant on chat. Don't make
no.
anybody available to chat. Don't make a chat that has a signal to noise ratio that's so disfavorable for someone who's trying to focus and do their job, where they have to go through a bunch of like emojis and cat pictures to get the information and bad jokes to get through the information they
Yeah.
need. Have those channels well defined. Yeah, this is a social chat. We recommend that you mute the notifications on this so you only look there when you want to have a laugh or want to know what someone ate for lunch. And then
Yeah.
this is the critical escalation chat channel on Slack or Teams. And this is where, like important stuff is happening. Have that all well defined so people don't feel that they're involved in a bunch of office politics every time they're having to like look up something or inform
I
the
mean,
staff of something technically very important.
there's nothing more annoying when you trouble or trying to troubleshoot an issue, and your team sounds like a slot machine going off in the background because it's just constant notifications coming in. And you look, and it's guys arguing about who makes the best burger in town.
Yeah,
So
all that stuff. Like, just make sure it's well sanitized, so people get the information they need where they need it, when they need it,
mm,
and yeah. Next thing is recognize and encourage mentorship
mm,
in your culture. Make sure the senior techs know that they have to mentor the junior techs. Make sure the junior techs know that the senior techs are doing that, and make it so everybody feels like they can learn from each other
100%.
and help each other give the best service to the clients because that's what helps you with the bottom not line. So, I say don't make it all about the bottom line, but as I found when building supportive venture, having a better internal culture will improve your bottom line because
100%.
people will work better with each other. And it's not all about who crushes how many tickets. Yeah, track those metrics. Make KPIs. Make people invested in actually making tangible results for your company, but also make them invested in being a part of the team and being there for each other.
I mean, KPIs can go in two ways. A lot of the times, companies use KPIs as a form of why aren't you closing these many tickets? What's happening here? Why are you dropping the ball? But it can be seen in a supportive way, saying, okay, you're not reaching your targets. What's going on? What can we do to help you reach those targets? And ultimately, it's a tool to help your technicians grow, to improve them and improve your help desk at the end of the day.
Yeah. And also offer advancement paths for your techs.
Mm.
If someone's starting as a level one, say, hey, we really hope that if you've got what it takes and you grow in our organization, you're going to one day be a level two, level three. And
Yes.
like, this is important. Invest in your team, offering sort of like sponsorships or certifications and different stuff. Like certification isn't the be all and end all, but it's definitely a way for people to improve their skills. And there's lots of courses on Udemy that you can buy for like $10 that will help people, improve their skills like massively, and then you only pay for the exam if they want the certification. So just having a program where people can improve their skills and view an advancement in your MSP and not elsewhere, for their ambitions in the career really helps build a better culture because Everybody wants to have people develop, and everybody, the tech that moves up from level 1 will be so much more loyal than the one that you hire at level 3.
3, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
If you keep them happy, if you've got a good culture and it's a fun place to work, doing great work for great clients, that's what you want. And you have to reward people. It comes from like annual bonuses. That's one end of the spectrum.
yeah,
Bonuses based on company performance or stuff. That's one end of the spectrum, but also just like shout outs. Good job. One-on-ones where you just sort of like like make people feel like you're invested in their satisfaction development, and that they're giving great results for the company. Um, celebrate their milestones and all that sort of stuff, and like make it a part of your remote working culture. A lot of MSPs told me that they would never hire remotely. Then COVID happened. I'd already been doing this business model for 5 years since then, and then COVID happened and everybody wanted to do it, but a lot of MSPs still make mistakes, not making their remote staff as feel like they're as a part of the team as the local staff, for
yeah.
example. So
And there's ways
recognizing,
around that. There's ways to reward your remote staff. And if you have in a team lunch, arrange Uber Eats or whatever food delivery service for your remote team and
Pizza
get,
Fridays,
yeah,
the
something like that.
classic. Yeah.
Just to create that sense of company culture and make them feel a part of the team and include it. That's the biggest thing. Is no one wants to, like I said earlier, just be a name on the screen.
Exactly. And they
Yeah.
don't want you to be either. So engage with them on video and have a casual element to the culture.
Yes,
As we said, we're
100%.
we're very fun at Support Adventure. I tell lots of stupid jokes to try to keep it light, but that doesn't distract from the business that I'm doing. Like in one of our Reddit ads, we came up with the idea of a metaphorical mullet, where it's business in the front and party at the back, because you want that casual element to your culture. You don't actually have to hire techs with mullets, but you want that casual element because it is kind of like a social lubricant that makes working with people easier. If you have a joke with them, if you, like communicate with them about things that are not just work. If you truly feel enriched by the fact that through Support Adventure, for example, you've got team members from 3 different continents or something like that, as many of our clients do through us. I mean, celebrate that. Let them share their culture. What's great if you're hiring digital nomads through us? What's great about where they are currently? Are you on a beach in Colombia today? Show the staff. Like let us tap into, and let the people in the office in New Jersey feel a bit jealous of the beach in Colombia that you're at. Like as a technician for Support Adventure, provide space for that, and it's just like it's gonna go well if you just integrate this sort of stuff into the culture, and feel free to document and share your culture, like basically make videos, make funny moments from meetings, record the meetings, isolate some funny moments, and feed that back to the staff. The holiday party could be the the time when you bring back some of the
Some
jokes from the
fast memories,
recorded
yeah.
remote Zoom calls from the year. Um,
Yeah, I mean,
if you can let me bring in one kind of
yeah, yeah.
I guess off-color dark humor example from Support Adventures culture. Like I don't just tell dad jokes, but this didn't come from me. So Support Adventure, we got about 200 people from the around the world, and 200 contractors working for us internally and our MSP clients, and we're kind of stuck at this level for a little while because the number of people who are moving on after like 4 or 5, 6 years of working with us, for whatever reason, clients or contractors, is similar to the amount of people we're bringing on. And so I'm like, wow. And at the same time, my initial vision for Support Adventure was to have 200 people. And basically, see, you're already laughing at this one because it was so good, right? And so I started talking. Nina, our sales manager, started saying, "Why it's so bizarre how we're stuck at 200?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's because my initial vision was spiritually aligned to 200 people. Now we're stuck there. What do we have to do to break this? And then Alex started saying something about how we have to do some sort of voodoo ritual. Forgive him, he's from Africa. Really, he is. And then Nick, our client relations manager and service delivery manager, said, maybe we need to sacrifice an entry level tech. And then everyone started laughing so hard. And luckily that meeting was recorded. So for the end of the year at our staff retreat in Thailand, I'm going to show that video of when we all had a massive laugh about sacrificing an entry level tech so that we can go beyond and reach our next goal of 300 people. So little bit of dark humor, a little bit of cut. We don't sacrifice techs if you're applying remotely to work with this. Don't worry, you're not at danger of some sort of voodoo ritual. We're not going to ask you to come to an address in Johannesburg. And anyways, enough said about that. It's all good jokes. That's our casual culture at Support Invention, the type of laugh we can share with each other. Calibrate for your own culture. To see what type of humor your staff appreciates. But at Support Adventure, we're finding the best people around the world who have a sense of humor, unlike other people who, in other countries, who just have yes sir, really professional, dry tone. You'll find a lot of people that we hire specifically from South Africa and maybe Eastern Europe and stuff like that. Really fun people who are going to add to your company culture.
Yeah.
So it's all about making a fun place to work and
Bringing
getting
in
the
a
right
lot of
staff members. Yeah.
personality and banter and understanding the company culture at the end of the day.
So if they want to get people from us, how do we do it? What's the best way in your opinion?
So your first choice are the Mao.
Yeah, you go to our website,
That's why-
become a client, MSP staffing, become a client, whatever it is.
And you
You
can
fill out
book
a
a-
short form. Then you can choose to book a fast track call
Yeah.
with Alex, this guy.
You can book a call directly with me, 90-minute call. We go through everything. We go through your company culture, your processes, and make sure that ultimately that you're going to be a great cultural fit.
And then we
with
can
our
start showing
technicians.
you great charismatic techs who have been through our training and testing program, who you could
Straight
hire right away, get the interviews going and hire those people for your hopefully very fun working culture. We're going to make sure they're having fun. When we give you technicians, we're going to talk to them and say, hey, are you having fun? And they're going to tell us that since you've watched this video, you've got a great MSP culture, great MSP family, and yeah, onwards and upwards. Let's build world-class MSPs with great people, great staff, and have fun with it. Catch you guys later.
Cool.
Greetings from Bangkok, and thank
Cheers.
you for watching this video.